Hello guys, this is Economics and Social Issues syllabus of RBI Grade B, and today our descriptive topic will be related to the public finance of RBI Grade B syllabus. It will be the privatization, as we all know that the government collect the revenue by doing privatization of government owned companies. So let's see, we will do today the descriptive topic related to the privatization, or our government also calls it as a disinvestment. So let's see first. So this is a privatization. We are going to do today a total SWOT analysis, like why privatization and what are the issues related to the privatization, and at last it will be a conclusion. So let's see. So we will start with the introduction. So whenever we are going to write an answer to any question, then we will start with the introduction, and in introduction we can write about the definition of privatization. So and writing a quote is also very I would say a good start to your answer. So, and the favorite quote of this government is, "Government has no business to be in business." So you can start your answer by writing this quote, and let's see what is the definition of privatization. So the definition of privatization is, or we can also call it as a strategic disinvestment, is the transfer of ownership, property or business from government to the private sector. And with this definition you can actually supplement this definition with data, like Government of India has set a disinvestment target of 1.75 lakh crore, and I think for this year 22-23 it is 68,000 crore. So you can change this data for 22-23. Next is the example, like you can supplement in your definition data with again an example. As you know that recently Government of India privatized Air India by transferring the ownership to the Tata Group. So this can be a good example, as it will be also recent example. And next will be, so this is a disinvestment, and the other thing, and the previous one was the privatization, and there is a small difference between disinvestment and privatization. So we will see what is the difference. So disinvestment is a process of dilution of ownership, where government keeps certain shares of a company with them and remaining is sold to the public. So this is very important. So as you can see here, government is keeping certain shares of a company with them, and in case of a privatization, what government is doing, so government is completely transferring the ownership, property or business from government to the private sector. Here the government has no presence in the company, but in case of a disinvestment, there will be some amount of presence, or there will be government presence in the company. So here you can write the example, like government will bring the initial public offering of LIC on stock market for public listing, and it is the example of disinvestment. So let's see now. Next, so this is why government do the privatization or a disinvestment kinds of thing. So let's see, the first reason is the revenue generation for government. Okay, so the increasing fiscal deficit of government puts limit on its borrowing program. Hence the government needs to find different ways to increase revenue. One of ways is strategic disinvestment of public sector units. By selling PSUs, government gets money for welfare of poor people. So this is the first reason you can write in your answer. Second reason is to improve administration of PSUs. This is the normal reason, I will say, or common reason given by the government, that politicians are present in the board of directors of major PSUs, lack of professional knowledge, private persons are professional experts in their domain, and administration will improve. The next reason is to take the financial position of PSU, strengthen the financial position of PSU, as private players will come with finance. So they will strengthen the financial position of PSUs. Professionalism and expertise of private sector will make PSU a profit making entity. The fourth reason is to increase the competition in the market. The PSUs have already established a market with consumers, right? So they used to be not in a competition due to their business strategies, and the private players will use the consumer base for expansion. So this will increase the competition in the market, benefiting the consumers, because competition will decrease the prices of commodities. Next one is the consumer needs will be the top priority. Private companies are profit oriented. So we all know that the private companies are profit oriented. Consumers will get better products, spending will increase, and more revenue through GST, right? So GST to the government. Next is that government will focus more on social sector. So the government, the first quote that we use here, the government has no business to be in business. So here we can relate this point with that quote, that government will focus more on social sector. The government will focus more on social sector problems of the country. They will not need to put taxpayers' money to revive PSUs. The education and the health sector will get benefit as the government is targeting to increase spending in these two sectors. Okay, so these are whys, or we can say that why the government do the privatization thing. So you can write these points in your answers. Next one, what are the issues related to privatization? What happens? What are the bad things of privatization, or the other side of token we can say it is. So the first one is the employment. The private owners will change the recruitment policies. This will have an effect on many aspirants who wants to do job in these PSUs. The inefficient employees will be fired. This will have a direct impact on their livelihood. So this is the first issue with the privatization. Second one is the socialistic nature of democracy. So the socialistic principles which are enshrined in the preamble of the constitution will get damaged. The reason behind starting PSUs was these social principles. It may erode the welfare state idea of the constitution. So this will be the second reason. Less social development activities. These PSUs were very active in social activities as the main idea was welfare of nation. The private players have profit-oriented mindset and they neglect the idea of the welfare of nation. So, and the last point is the monopolies. Crony capitalism may increase in the country. Few people will control the resources of country. So these are the issues with the privatization which can you use in your answer. These are self-explanatory, no need to explain. And so here I made a mnemonic to just remember all these points. And next at the end I will come to the conclusion. So the conclusion is depends on question, how the examiner frames the question. So it depends on the question actually. So we cannot I cannot give you conclusion right now because it will depend on question. So let's see. Now we will finish our video here, and thank you for watching.